Alright, so I'm taking a look at a graphene based heat belt, and alright, so I'm taking a look at a graphene based heat belt, and I've got the USB already attached. So it comes with a small USB which just attaches right there. It's micro USB, so you could use your own if you wanted to, if you needed one longer for some reason. So it comes with that, and it has this silicone covered switch, so you hold it down to turn it on, and then you press it each time to change from the 3 different heat levels. So you have a low, medium, and a high, and those temperatures are like 104, 122, and 140, somewhere in that neighborhood. I personally find the high setting to be too hot, where I know sometimes when you get heating pads they don't actually get that hot, but for me at least I felt like it was too warm, or warmer than I felt comfortable, and had to turn it down after between 5 and 10 minutes, maybe closer to the 10-minute mark. I felt like it was too hot, had to turn it down some, and eventually just turned it off before the entire 10-minute like time frame had elapsed. So it just personally, that's how I felt. But it is a very, very nice material, has a very fine weave to it. Love the color gray, by the way, but I think they have a few different colors available, but I love this very fine texture. And on the inside it's sort of a velvet type feel to it, and it's Velcro, and it's not like a real spiky Velcro that hurts, so it's very comfortable. So altogether it's just, as a whole, very, very comfortable, and it adjusts anywhere from about 26 to 45 inches, so you have a pretty substantial variety of size, options available. And this little pouch is included, so you can slip the power bank into it. Now this has just a tiny bit of flex, so this may or may not work for you depending upon the power bank. And if I had to say like a complaint about this unit, I'll get back to a few other things included, but if I had to say a complaint about this unit because of this power bank thing, is the fact that it says to use it with a 5-volt 2-amp power bank. Now that's very problematic, in that a lot of the power banks you find on the market today are 2.1, 2.4, and even faster, like with the QC, the quick charge and fast charge and adaptive charge, and all these different buzzword, charging necessities in the power hungry devices we have. Like my phone is a Galaxy Note 9. It's a 4,000 milliamp battery, and it has a very fast charge, so it's going to need a high output charger. So it's harder to find chargers that are, one, maybe like fits into this exact size, this small, and then in addition to that, that output only 2 amp. That can be problematic, more so than it used to be. So you may have to look around to find it. It does not include the power bank, but it does include the removable power bank sort of pocket or wallet or whatever you want to call it. And that just slides on. Alright, so here is a pouch on the inside, sort of a little mesh pouch you can see, and the reason for that is because of the included replaceable wormwood pad. This thing has a smell. It's very odd. I don't know what it smells like. I guess it smells like wormwood, but I mean, I don't know what it smells like to tell you what it smells like. It's not an unpleasant smell, but it's not necessarily pleasant either. But it's not super strong, so it's not like you're going to be walking around it. If you're wearing this, people are going to be like, smelling this in public very much. It's not super strong, but it is pretty strong. But it's unique. But this is supposed to have some different therapeutic properties. You could use it without this, but this is probably going to be beneficial. And it does heat up relatively quickly, and it does light up. So I'm going to show you that here in just a moment. and then you have a little user manual, and you have a little bag that you can carry it in, sort of a felt velvet like material, drawstring type closure, so you can carry this thing. So very portable, very small, and again, it does heat up quite hot. So one thing that I want to make sure you realize though, never leave the power bank plugged into the unit even when it's turned off, because as you can see, the light is not on and there's a button right there, but I'm not going to press it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug this in. And I don't know if it's going to show up for you or not, but you see it lit up green. I haven't pressed anything, it just automatically lit up green. So it's automatically going to start pulling some degree of power. And if I hold this down, hopefully this power bank actually works. This is a very old power bank, so I'm not sure it's going to power this properly or not. Alright, so this one probably has too much output, but for the sake of the video and so that I can show you, I'm still going to plug it up and hope for the best. Alright, so I'm pretty sure alright. So if I hold that down, if I press that, you can see the different levels. So if I remember correctly, blue is low, green is medium. I'm trying to press the very edge, it's not working, but I'm trying not to cover it up. If you press the center, it works quite well. So blue for the low, green for the medium, red for the high, and if I hold it down, it turns off. But you can see the power bank that I'm using, very large and not likely to really fit too well. As you can see, it's not going to fit into that. So again, finding a power bank that actually fits may not be the ideal situation. So what I wanted to do real quick, I've got this laser type thermometer, so I'm just going to take a reading like right in here. I don't know if you can see that red light there. So right now it's at 70 degrees, so I'm going to turn this on, and I've got it red. And I'm going to try to put this on. Again, it's more difficult because this power bank is much larger, but I want it to heat up and I want to take another reading in a few minutes. But try to do this, leave it laying on the table, and I'm not going to do it under the shirt. I'm just going to do it over so you can kind of get an idea. And I'm not going to tighten it up very tight just because I am wearing a shirt. But you can see it's pretty wide and it's very comfortable, as I can tighten this up, but it's a lot harder because I'm having to hold the power bank and I want to be able to move around. But you can see it's very easy to get to the switch whenever you need to change it. So it's not a problem there. And as a whole, like I said, the quality, the stitching, everything is really, really nice. I didn't see any mention of these wormwood pads for replacement. I know it does say it's replaceable, but as far as replacing these, I suppose you'll have to contact the seller directly on Amazon in order to find out about the replacement. But overall, I'm very impressed with this, because reading some of the other reviews on some of these other belts, they seem to have people saying they don't heat up or at all. But again, I'm going to need a longer cable for this. So if I were wearing this and it were in my back pocket, then that would actually be, you know, one way for me to do it, because it won't fit into this little pouch. So that could be, you know, something again you need to take into account. But anyway, Get this out of my pocket. Take this off. So you can improve circulation with this, and of course get the therapeutic benefits the heat provides, and I think it feels really good. So you can put it on your lower back, you can put it on your arm, your thigh, you know, whatever it is you want. And the little instruction manual outlines some of the different usages. And there's a little graph picture showing you some of the different ways you could use this. So, but yeah, this is a pretty good little instruction manual. Has quite a bit of information. And other than that, it's only been a few minutes, so it's not going to be super hot at this point. But again, going here, and turn the laser back on. And it is now at 93. Well, it's bouncing around depending on where I hit it, but it's right at 93. So it went from 70 to 93 in just a few minutes time. And that is, again, on the highest setting. But with this, using the wormwood pad inside of the little mesh pocket, actually very warm on my hand, feels really good. But having this on my back, I actually had to turn it down, like I said, about 5 minutes, so well before. I figured, you know, people probably are going to use something like this, probably not more than about 10-15 minutes at a time, I assume. I don't know. I'm not, luckily, someone who has a lot of chronic pain in the same way that people that might use a belt like this, but just super, super comfortable. The super soft fabric, very nice with the Velcro. So large range of size fitment and a good range of temperature with a simplicity of operation. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold that down and turn it off. And it's off. And then again, this here is just a micro USB you plug into, and that is the cable they included, which is probably 6 inches or so roughly. So you may want to use your own, I don't know. But anyway, that's pretty much it. There's a link below if you want to find out more. Thanks for watching.